All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Polymathics, the YouTube channel that helps you become a modern day Renaissance man. In this video, really quick, I just want to give a update on the channel, hence the title, Channel Update. It's been a long time since I did one of these, and a lot of things changed, so I figured I'd give you guys the quick and dirty, kind of tell you what's happened, what's going on now, and what I plan to happen in the future. But first of all, for those of you who have been following the channel for any amount of time, thank you. And you probably have noticed by my appearance that I'm a lot thinner. That's because I got my fat ass a gym membership. No, I'm just playing. Many of you who are following me since Korea or so, you probably saw like I went full beast mode, we'll say, and I was doing major powerlifting stuff. Because of that, I gained a lot of weight, which totally that was the plan. And my beard got really big and everything, but those days are over. You may have seen a video where I talked about like kind of out with the old and with the new, but essentially, you know, I realized that for the goals that I have going forward, that and also just health goals, you know, you can't stay that big for that long. So I've lost about 55 pounds since Korea, which is less than a year ago, and I'm on track for that. Maybe I'll do some videos about how I did that, but I mean, a lot of it is just, it's basic stuff like eat right and exercise. Not that I wasn't exercising in Korea, but a powerlifting regimen is a little bit different than the regimen that I do now. We'll say that. What else? I have been not focusing on YouTube as much as I should, only because I'm trying to build up some other things. For example, I created a course on the modern monomyth, and that particular course helps, it's called thematic resonance, and it helps people, it helps prospective writers, anybody who's in fiction, essentially, come up with a very strong theme and characters that will carry the story and create weight for the story. Because as I'm sure many of you all have experienced in your reading careers, you know, sometimes authors have a pretty cool premise and you get kind of hooked on it, but then when you go and read it, you're like, what the heck, this is lame, you know? And a lot of times it's because the theme isn't hitting you on that visceral level. It's not reaching the empathy chords, so to speak. So I did that. I've also been working really hard on building up an Instagram. That's very new. And I mean, I have my own personal Instagram account, but I didn't really ever use it, and now I've been using it. By the way, at Joshmas Prime, at Joshmas Prime. That is the Instagram. But I've also been building up the Story Ninjas, which is myself and a few other people. We're a veteran-owned and operated publishing company. I've been building up that Instagram as well. So, you know, a lot of things going on all at once. And in the meantime, you know, all of these are kind of things going on in the background, but then I'm writing, I'm about 75% through my first archetype book. So I'm going to be releasing a series of books on archetypes from the modern monomyth, starting with the classic hero. And what it's going to do is it's going to discuss the classic hero and then explain how that hero has been depicted in modern media, such as, you know, film and comic books and stuff like that. And then from there, I'm going to take the classic hero and then do the classic heroine. And then from there, I'm going to do derivatives of that, which is, you know, such as the anti-hero and the anti-heroine and things like that. So there's a whole series coming online that I'll be working on for probably the next 2 to 5 years, I would think. It's going to be big, but I want it to be all encompassing so that when a writer comes in and they know what kind of character they're looking for, they can pinpoint that book and then say, okay, this is the information I need to create that character. Aside from that, I've also been working on my novel. And I know it sounds like, Josh, you have so many projects going on. How do you keep track of them all? Or do you just like not do anything? But I actually do make progress on all of these things. The novel is at about 80,000 words, I think. And it's still a little lot messy. It's got to be clean. Not like NaNoWriMo messy, but just there are spots, particularly with side characters, that I want to kind of put like side stories and not necessarily side missions, but you know, a little bit of backstory and stuff in there, and kind of clean up some areas that didn't read well after I looked at it. But that is going really well, and I'm super excited about it. I was just kind of editing last night, and I was getting excited about the stuff I was writing. I was like, oh man, like I just cannot wait. It's kind of like been a personal pet project of mine. And then let's see what else. So, and then of course, I've been working with a lot of clients on their projects, which is another thing that kind of slows me down with all this other stuff, YouTube and things like that. I've been working with a doctor who, like a PhD doctor, not like a doctor, who is a cancer survivor and also a national speaker. And she's writing a memoir on her fight against cancer. And that book will be releasing very, very soon here. We've been doing edits. We've been looking at book covers. Like we're doing a lot of stuff there. And then also been working with a professor who's a doctor, another PhD, in business, and working on his book. It's going to be a sort of a series on like the bottom line things that you have to know about writing a book. No, I'm sorry, about business. And then and then there's another client that is a lawyer, and I gave him some suggestions. He's writing a book about how to enter into the field of law once you've got your degree, because it doesn't, like, school teaches you how to pass the bar exam, college teaches you that, but it doesn't necessarily teach you how to get hired by a firm or build your own business, all of that stuff. So a lot of interesting things going on. I've been approached by another client who is building an app, and they want some help writing a book about it, but I don't know all the details about that yet. Anyways, as you can tell, I've been super busy, which is why some of my last YouTube videos, I think they were on how to format your nonfiction book and things like that. What I've been trying to do is take some things I've been working on with those clients or on my own and show you in the videos what I'm doing, so that you can see kind of not only the process, but so that you guys have some content. And some of you may be going through the same struggles. Maybe you're out there and you are an entrepreneur, a small business owner, or aspiring author, and you want to write a book and you don't know how. Hopefully that material is going to help you along the way get with your goals. So that's what's been going on. And then in the future, the plan is I'm going to build the big plan for like the end of 2018 to next year is to really build a presence for Story Ninjas, not just here on YouTube, but also on Instagram, because that's what pays the bills, to be honest. In addition to that, there is another book that I plan on writing, but it's just been it's sort of one of those halfway written things. But because I care about it so much, I don't want to rush it. But it's a I'm tentatively calling it the polymathic paradigm, but it's essentially how to become a modern day Renaissance man. So a lot like this channel and all the topics we discuss, but what I've already done in some of the chapters is do particular case studies on individuals. So for example, like Oprah Winfrey, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Steve Jobs, and just look at them from the lens of the polymathic paradigm and see like what were their strengths, what were the things that helped them achieve their big dreams, so that hopefully you can pinpoint the characteristics and maybe the strategies that they used that you could also implement in your own life to help you reach your big goals and dreams. So as you can tell, I have so many things going on. So many things, but it keeps me busy, keeps me happy. I love what I do, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else. Thank goodness I have this wonderful home office, and I'll also be posting videos. We did recently move from our apartment to a larger apartment here, and I love this place because it has this giant pool and it's beautiful, and I do a lot of writing out there and work. So if you follow my Instagram, or my Snapchat, you may have already seen it, again, at Joshmas Prime. But that's essentially what I've been up to, and I'm sure I'll do more of these throughout the course of time. Until then, though, the main thing I have for you guys, especially if you're here this long, is what are some questions that you have about the channel? What are some things you'd like to know? What are some things you'd like to hear? Sometimes I think about doing topics like investing and public speaking, but I'm not sure if that's stuff that you guys want to hear or not. So let me know. Go ahead and holler at me and tell me what, and maybe it's more information on the monomyth or more information on publishing. I don't know. You tell me. Until next time, though, this has been Josh signing off from Polymathics, and I'll see you again. Take it easy.